Coming right up, Marvel News number 146. We're going to go to the four corners of the Marvel Universe. We're going to talk about Brian Bendis and why he thought it was a terrible idea to kill Hank Pym, and he went ahead and did it and proved it was so. Also, we're going to talk about Spidey 2099. He's coming back to the Marvel Universe. We're also going to talk about the Thunderbolts and them going on a little field trip to kill some folks in New York. And we're going to wrap it all up with Mighty Thor and the return of Malekith. All that and more coming right up.
For over a decade, one of our display windows looked like this. But nothing lasts forever. See the Svengoolie tribute window at Alternate Reality.
Here at Alternate Reality, the happiest day of the week is, of course, New Comic Wednesday. Not only is it the first day of the week's new releases, not only is it the first day you can get 15% off all your new comics every day for everyone, but to make it extra special, we hold a first day sale. Now, what's that? The first day sale, we take a mix of 7 brand new comics, magazines, and trade paperbacks, and we discount them 40% off. That's right, 40% off all day long. So if you want to save 40% off on some of the week's hottest new titles on the first day of their release, there's only one place to go, and that's where your money works harder, Alternate Reality.
Want to know what's new in Marvel Comics? Today's your lucky day, because these two Marvelettes are going to spell. It's Comic Book Man and Bowtime.
Art that gives your brain cavities. Marvel Comic Book News, episode 146, Rationalization Nation.
And hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video audience. Josephus.
Yes?
Thank you.
What time is it?
Marvel News time.
Marvel News time, coming from this place. Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie. It's right over my shoulder. In beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality. Alternate Reality. One more time. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are 15% off every day for everyone, especially my Marvel comics. We're going to go across the Marvel Universe today, and we're going to start off with Brian Bendis and how he's known for years that the killing of Hank Pym would not be a good idea. In no way, shape, or form.
Because if you picked up Age of Ultron number 6, you know,
Yes.
Wolverine and Sue Storm went back in the past.
And did a
And
bad thing.
And Wolverine basically took his claws and ran them through Hank Pym's head and killed him. Now, of course, if you picked up issue 7, which came out this week, you found out that things are kind of screwed up since Hank Pym wasn't around.
Yeah, they went back home and it wasn't home.
It wasn't home. It was something weird. Now, so Bendis came up with this big, huge document that explains all the things that Hank Pym not being around will affect the Marvel Universe. Now, this is just some of them. No Ultron, no Vision, no Speed, no Wiccan, no West Coast Avengers. Scarlet Witch does not go crazy. The
She never marries the Vision.
She never marries the Vision. The Scott Lang Ant-Man, of course, doesn't come into existence, and the Jack of Hearts is still alive.
Yeah.
There's no M-Day or Decimation. Star-Lord's Guardians of the Galaxy are never formed, and Dark Reign never happened.
That's just the highlights.
And those are just the highlights. There's a lot more. Hank Pym has been around for a lot of Marvel events. And you go, well, he doesn't do a whole bunch.
No.
No, he doesn't do a whole bunch, but he's there.
Hank Pym has been around since actually before the Marvel Universe started.
Yeah.
Because Hank Pym first showed up in one of Marvel's horror books in the late 50s, early 60s. I'm not sure if it predated Fantastic Four 1, but it was real close to it. I think the story was the man with the ant powers or something.
Yeah, he has himself known ant, and he has to survive through the entire story.
He wasn't in costume or anything. He was just a guy who created a serum where he could shrink down real small, and he ran around, you know, the backyard, and there were big rocks like the size of boulders, and all they were pebbles, and you know, blades of grass were the size of trees, and ants were like dinosaurs, and all that sort of thing. So he's been around since the very beginning,
and since we know from Age of Ultron 10.1, we know that Hank Pym's still alive. The question is, how's Bendis going to write himself out of this thing? Or is it the Hank Pym, or is it a Hank Pym from somewhere else?
Well, Wolverine and the Scarlet Witch could always go back in time and kill themselves before they killed Hank Pym or something. I don't know.
It could be
time travel. It gives me a headache. Meanwhile, someone from the future, who we haven't seen for a while, is coming back to the present in the Spider-Man universe.
Dan Slott, before Amazing Spider-Man number 700 slipped out and came out, he supposedly posted a fake tweet saying that Miguel O'Hara was going to be the new person in the Spider-Man outfit, in Spider-Man 2099. It wasn't true, but actually it was true, because Dan Slott and Ryan Stegman are going to introduce the character in Superior Spider-Man number 17. Now, this version is not the one last seen in the Time Strip event that came out in 2009. This is the original one, and if you're wondering how a guy from 2099 could be popping up in modern day America, Have you been paying attention to Marvel lately?
Talk to DC with Jonah Hex and Booster Gold.
Age of Ultron, you've got people, you've got stories going on two things, and then all new X-Men, you've got the X-Men from the 60s hanging out with the X-Men from now. If you keep screwing with time travel, bad things will happen.
Bad thing.
Bad.
Did a bad thing. Charles Soule, now is he going to be staying on Thunderbolts or is he hitting the road?
He's staying.
Okay, he's staying.
Charles Soule's staying. He's hanging out.
And what's he going to do with the team?
Well, the Thunderbolts will be involved in the Marvel Infinity event because all the big heroes will be off in space.
Right.
But his arc after his supposedly his two villain issues will have the team go to New York City to eliminate the city's crime families because, you know, Frank Castle goes, well, I got this team, and I got these crime families I can't get rid of. Why don't I go to New York City and kill every crime family that exists? Because I got this team with me now.
And the rest of the Thunderbolts are up for this?
And they kill people for a living. What are they going to quibble?
Yeah, but I mean...
They're going to quibble? Really?
Let's go on a field trip.
Do you think Deadpool's going to go, what, I don't get to kill people? Oh, yeah.
I was thinking maybe the Red Hulk might have a problem with it.
Thunderbolt Ross, I think, doesn't care about killing people. Have you been
Civilians.
Have you been, well,
he's a military man. Civilians.
These are mobsters.
Well, okay. If we're going to cut our moral cheese that thin, okay. Finally, we're going to talk about the mighty Thor and Malekith. And what's up with that? That's being done by Ron Garney, isn't it?
Ron Garney's drawn the next arc of
Yeah.
Mighty Thor after the Godbound things. It returns Malekith the Accused, who is the hero of Thor: The Dark World, the second Thor movie.
Right.
And
And that's why you're supposed
Well,
to
the
care
villain.
about
He's
it.
the big villain. He'll be played by former Doctor Who Christopher Eccleston.
Okay.
Now, the last time we saw Malekith, he was off locked up, and he'd left his little area. He was in charge of the Dark Elves. Well, this is going to have him getting out of his prison and going on a murder spree across the 9 realms. It'll also,
He's going on a murder spree.
he's going to be killing everyone who he didn't like. Saying, well, you know, you put me in jail. You didn't come get me. You didn't send me any cake. You didn't send me any cards. I'm going to kill all of you.
Has he been on rap since the Simonson run?
He is the
He was the
no.
villain.
Simonson actually created it.
Yeah,
He was,
okay,
the
Simonson.
villain in Simonson.
Yeah, he's the villain in the Simonson run. And this arc will also involve the modern day Thor, and it'll involve Sif and the Warriors 3. So it'll be them running around trying to stop him from killing anyone he doesn't happen to like.
Okay. And that's it. We're getting out of here before he shows up for us. Go to the store's website, though. Check out...
There it is!
Check out all of the news that Bo sends me. I post up there. Bo.
Yes. Malekith, be nice. Sarah, tell them where the news is.
Before I started working here, I had dreams. Dr. Sarah. I like the sound of that. www.myalternatereality.com. What about Judge Sarah? Prime Minister Sarah? Professor Sarah? Or Miss America Sarah?
So go to the store's website. Check out all his news. Till next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is...
Malekith. Saying... Bye!
I'm not Malekith.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.